Are You Garbage?
Hey.
It's that little show we sit down with your favorite comedians, and we find that if they're good to be classy, but they're just a big old piece of trash.
Trash.
I'm your host, 𝙧𝙚𝙙𝙀😍 Foley, coming at you on a beautiful day. We're out back here with Tootie's in the new edition. She's upstairs digging out an ingrown toenail.
Okay.
She's got a hot date tonight.
I can't. You're a lucky guy.
That's a Foley right there. My co-host is coming at you from across the table. He is the CEO of Are You Garbage? He is an international businessman and my best pal in the whole wide world. Give it up for KJ. Kevin James Ryan, everybody.
What up, gang? Shout out to you. Thanks for tuning in. As always, please make sure you rate, view, subscribe on iTunes. Full video available on YouTube. And also now Spotify. Get over there, rate, review, comment, do the whole nine.
Spotify video.
Spotify video. The boys are locked in. Then obviously the greatest website of all time. Pull out your phone, your desktop, your tablet. You go over to www.patreon.com/areyougarbage. You get all that bonus content, gang. I'm talking to up to 2 bonus episodes a week. Hard Feelings, AYG, all the... You get episodes from 4 years ago till now. That's like 10,000.
Plus Family Game Night, which has been a big hit.
That's been a very divisive.
Follow the directions.
Very
If you know, you know.
Sure.
Good times. And also...
Hey, wait, follow the rules. That's all I'm saying. Some of us decide to follow the rules. Some of us don't. That's all I'm saying. The council has spoken.
Also...
What?
The boys are back on the road.
Woo!
Tickets. Listen, this isn't a marketing ploy.
A little bit.
Well, not really.
I'm in the business of selling tickets.
Maybe a market or two.
Act now. While supplies last. Act now. Nah, tickets are going.
Moving.
Tickets are moving.
They're moving.
Pontiac, Michigan, sold out. Second show added there.
Nice.
Everything else is slim picking, so get them while they last. And some of these markets where cities were doing during the week, so we can't add a second show. So we're sticking and moving. So get them while they last.
Goddamn work in the morning.
Woo, doggy. All tickets available at RUGarbage.com.
There you go.
Yeah.
Got the website, everything.
Sure.
Doing pretty good.
We're doing pretty.
Doing all right.
We got a $9 a month website cooking. Shout out to it. We know what we're doing. I get in there and start coding.
What is the server fee on that?
I don't know.
Is it $9?
I don't know.
Because I still have a My Site account.
I don't even know what My Site.
My Site.
Is that where it's like email me at henry@foley.me or whatever? That I never. That's like Mac does that. I've never trusted that.
Anybody would. I never emailed anybody with a Mac address. When I first got my first and only computer back in 2006.
That's your first and only computer you've ever owned. Was that one that at one point ran the company? Ran the early stages of the brain trust of Foley and Ryan Enterprises.
2006 Mac OS X.
Bought it in 2018.
17-inch. My dad bought it for me.
Wait. Okay.
Maybe.
I mean, you were pushing 30 at that point.
Sure.
That's like...
I was over 30.
You're going to get your feet... This is him helping you start your artistic...
Yeah.
Your artistic venture.
And he was the worst with computers. And for him to be like, you got to have a computer. What are you
How
doing?
the hell are we going to email you, guy? You don't even...
This is the guy who used to send emails all in caps because that was his style.
Yeah.
That's who I was taking.
Now you do all lowercase, which is somehow even more of a bitch move.
It's all in cursive.
No punctuation or too much punctuation.
I'm all voice to text, voice to email,
it's
voice
the
to
rudest.
text.
I mean, this is well done. It's the rudest thing I've ever seen in my life. That you gotta get this guy a pair of headphones and a dialing wand because you're all over the map, just intrusive in people's personal.
Well, I got
space.
rid of my earpods because you said they were causing brain cancer, and I got
buddy, you could use a little bit of it. Maybe get the synapses firing on the right pages. This guy stinks.
I need a shot of radiation over here.
I was in a car with him yesterday. Oh, man. We spent way too much time together.
I thought we had a nice time.
This guy asked if he could watch a 30-minute video on his phone yesterday while we were driving together. No headphones. He goes, you mind if I watch this now? I said, yeah, I mind if you watch it now.
Uber driver always says he's cool with it.
Meanwhile, he's doom scrunted. Mid-conversation, you look over, he's just playing like plane crash videos. You're like, dude, come on. I'm trying to stay engaged. I'm hungover.
Hey, we're not here to talk about my personality deficiencies.
Have you seen the show? It's precise. All right, you want to do your physical one?
Sure. Does this shirt fit? Not in the traditional sense that you're thinking. You know where the shirt's from?
If I had to guess,
Yeah.
a really fat Italian guy who may or may not be with us any
Irish
longer.
guy. You don't remember this shirt?
Why would I remember that shirt?
I got married in this shirt.
Damn.
The
It don't
shirt-
fit anymore?
Not-
that
not-
was 2 weeks ago.
It fits.
It didn't. No, I mean, okay.
It fits just when I sit there. No, it didn't. What?
Yeah, I mean, dude, that's a what? You're wearing the shirt you wore to your wedding just casually throughout New York City?
I was thinking about that when I put it on this morning. What am I supposed to just wear it once? And like, what am I supposed to like just hang it up and that was it? Why not get some use out of it? Why is that crazy? It's not like I'm wearing it.
I don't know anybody else that's ever done it. That's all I'm saying.
Because most people get married in suits and
Sure.
tuxes and all. I wouldn't be walking around in a tuxedo. If I bought a tuxedo, there's a
good chance I'd be sleeping in it. You're not gonna untie that. Do that bow tie every day.
That cummerbund's a pain in the ass. That'd be cool to bring those back. Just daily cummerbunds.
Buddy, it's we got hard enough keeping you in jeans, let alone fucking tuxedos.
Man, you ever have a cummerbund on and your belly?
I've never.
You never had to wear a cummerbund?
Who do you think?
You didn't go to prom?
We did. Those
Or
tuxes,
a black tie affair?
Those tuxes were out. A
Really?
cummerbund?
Yeah.
Nah, that's like the 50s. We weren't doing that. Ours are just tuxes now are just like suits.
Cummerbund and fucking.
Maybe a vest. We did vests.
Vests are all right.
Dude, man, I did some mean vests to school dances and weddings. Ooh, doggy.
Get the Mumford and Sons on the line here, huh?
Dude, did I ever tell you? My one buddy got married, and I had to wear. So we did this thing where it was like, I don't know if it was like through Men's Warehouse or whatever, but you like, I think it was through Men's Warehouse. So like, because people were all over the country, like the groomsmen were like, didn't all live locally. Typically, I think you're like, oh, well, if you all live in Philadelphia, hey, we're gonna meet up here Saturday morning, all get fitted for the suits. Then go pick them up and you're good.
Yeah.
I was up here. I'm like, dude, I didn't have the time and/or resources to get down to get to Philadelphia for a tux fitting. I didn't have the extra $40.
I assume you were nervous in the Men's Warehouse.
I didn't.
When's this bill coming?
I didn't do the Men's Warehouse. I did something else. So they were like, just send your measurements in. So I did my own measurements. I bought like a tape like the. I think I had my wife do it. Who was my broad at the time. We weren't married. We were just dating.
So this says you're 9 feet tall.
Dude, those measurements came back whacked the fuck out. I look like Tracy McGrady on ESPN, dude. It was bad. I was rolling them.
Listen, unless the planet's gone off its axis and we've lost half our gravity, these numbers cannot be right.
That's a high inseam, pal.
One of them was pi. What?
3.333 repeating. Yeah, it was. I mean, I had to roll the top down. I was and I didn't
the pants.
I didn't. Then I picked,
at the wedding.
Yeah, I picked it up in Philly.
Wait, you sweatpanted them, rolled them down?
It was either that or T-Mac it. I had my brother. Well, no, that's what happened. I had my brother pick it up because I couldn't even get down there to pick it up. So I had my brother pick it up.
You're out there like white chocolate, breaking
Hey,
ankles.
you! That's my nephew. Hot sizzle. I'm out there doing skip to my Lou moves.
Stink.
I had my brother pick it up and try it on for me.
What? You might as well have Cindy Crawford do it.
No, we were about this. I was skinny at the time.
Okay.
Skinnier at the time.
Sure.
For sure. And I had him try it on. He was like, but he's picking up Friday, the wedding Saturday morning.
Men's Warehouse.
And he's like, it's not, there's nothing you can do, but it's not great. It's bad. It's
probably closed a lot of ass at that wedding, huh?
I think my parents were there. They were.
You're peeing with your pants all the way down.
Can't get any fucking chicks out here. Shout out to Ryan Dunn, all-time great line.
Yeah, good
yeah, tough look. I mean, I don't do well in those type of things.
Yeah,
That's the last time I do my own measurements, though.
Anyway, it's a nice shirt. I like it.
It's a very nice shirt.
It means a lot to me. I'm gonna wear it.
That's it. All right, hold on. You're gonna push back on this. You didn't put that on thinking this means a lot to me. You put this on going, this is all I got. If we're being completely honest, I know you. Don't lie to the good people out there. You're saying this now. It means a lot to me. You put it on because you thought it fit, and it's probably all you got. Yes or no?
Oh, you mean today or for the wedding?
Today.
Because both would be true.
Sure, exactly. This don't mean a lot to you.
I bought this the
also,
day
you
before I left.
You just put Ian's T-shirt on under it.
Shout out to B&E with Jordan.
We have that sign on the door, no more Ians allowed.
That's pretty good.
Nice shirt. But don't
Beautiful
don't
piece
spin
of clothing.
me this. Don't,
Beautiful piece of clothing.
don't spin me the sentimental bullshit.
Well, it means a lot to me now.
If it means a lot to you, you're still fitting it, all right? Tough guy.
I can't remember what happened to the one that I was going to wear.
Didn't fit.
No, it did. I don't know why it didn't work, or the pants didn't work. Oh, it didn't work with the pants. I couldn't wear the tan pants. I had to wear the dark pants. So I had to get this. Either way, don't fit.
That looks like the lining of a rich guy suit, if I'm being honest with you. That's like a rich guy would have on his jacket, and you're rocking it as his shirt.
The inside?
That's nice. Nice. You know what I mean? Maybe the pocket square to ties that flavor.
For the inside of like a nice leather jacket.
Yeah, like you open it up and it's that. You go, ooh, that's nice.
That's when you know it's classy.
Meanwhile, you're rocking it. And nice. Nice.
Do you remember some nice...
A little dark for a wedding, though.
Sure.
It looks like you...
I blended in, though.
It looks like you're selling blow. I mean, you bump into a guy wearing that shirt at a club, he's got yak. Yo, you know where I can... You party?
You're friends with Ronnie, right? You remember every once in a while when, like, your dad or somebody would get, like, a nice new coat... It would have, like, an extra lining in it that kind of zipped out.
Sure.
Like a London fog. It would be, like, for, like, when it was a little bit colder.
And then it was, like, a vest, typically. It didn't have the sleeves on.
I used to try to pull that off.
I used to try to pull the vest. I mean, he's young, but I would put a vest on it. This looks nice. Yeah. It was like, the lining of it. That my dad's London fog or Alfani jacket or something like that. Woo! I told you, Big Dan used to rock a leather trench coat with warm-up pants and white Nikes. Like, just that would be his food shopping thing. He'd be at the Super Fresh.
That's when he was living with the Ultimate Warrior.
Sting. He comes down from the rafters of a Super Fresh. These are supposed to be 10 for 10.
Which, speaking of Super Fresh,
sure,
that's what we're here to talk about.
Super Markets, kid.
Super Mac.
Supermarkets have been very definitive of this show. We each have very strong opinions on supermarkets.
Yes.
Supermarkets are very, it's one of the questions we ask every guest.
Yeah.
Where did you food shop growing up? Where do you shop now? I think it's a great decider of trash and class and economic landscape. And it's just certain, it tells a lot by where you food shop.
And a heart of America.
Everybody's got a food shop.
It really is.
Mm-hmm.
A lot of nostalgia, which we've talked about many times before.
Very much so.
Very important, the supermarket.
And this is what I wanted to. This is what it sounds corny, and I mean obviously very corny, but like they are. I mean, I worked at a supermarket for 4 years, something like that. Started out as a bagger.
You talk about it like you were a nom.
It was a time. I mean, this was. This was during the 10 for 10 melee. Things get hectic. You try to work at an Acme on freaking Black Friday. I mean, Thanksgiving.
What?
I've been drinking. His shirt's disorienting me.
Don't look directly into it.
I'm having flashbacks from Studio 54.
Any epileptics out there? Shade your eyes. You gotta look at this shirt through one of those fucking eclipse glasses. What?
It's what the Undertaker would wear to a wedding. It's kind of dangerous and dark, but like he's trying to be festive.
There's a little mystery to it.
Sure.
Plus, it was around Christmas. It's very Christmassy.
No, it's not.
Yes, it is.
That's
Plus,
Christmassy.
these are kind of our
Christmas colors are.
These are kind of our wedding colors.
That's kind of a lot. You're really trying to say it's kind of Christmas, kind of our wedding colors.
Design like this, it's a lot of different things.
Walks in a lot of worlds, this design.
You dip their toe. Anywho,
you stink.
I'm here to talk about my fashion.
Again, have you seen the show? This one, so we reached out to shout out to the Patreon. We it's supermarket themed, right? And we this I think sums up what supermarkets are, right?
Okay.
So this is from Beard Man Tooth, $10 debit benefits recipient.
Love it.
Is it garbage if the main hangout spots for all kids and teens in our town was the Safeway shopping center?
Mm-hmm.
Experience a lot of first up there. I love up there. That's a real dirtbag thing.
Yeah.
He's going up there? Saw my first pair of tits behind the market. Drank my first beer up there. Swiped my first bottle of Robitussin and Robo-Tripped up there. Caught my first heater up there. Smooched my first bird. Saw my first fist fight. Smoked weed for the first time. Hell, I even got a job at the Safeway and ended up getting my first hernia while working there.
That's full circle.
That's goddamn what
That's the whole series of the Wonder Years.
That's
right
everything. This guy saw tits before he kissed a girl. At least that's what he ordered. That's like, if they are very, for a lot of kids, if you grew up in the suburbs, hanging out at a shopping center, skating, it's like, that was kind of the anchor to
where you were hanging.
Spend a lot of time around there, you know what I mean?
Yeah, especially the back, out in the back.
Oh, man, we used to.
We had about 10 feet of asphalt, like a little driveway. I love driving behind a shopping center like that, cutting across. Ooh, it feels dangerous when you're doing it. But then it's got to have about 10 feet of that, then the woods. There's some sort of
tractor
trailer or something back there.
Yeah, a set of train tracks that don't run anymore.
Yeah.
Man, we used to.
That's where life goes down.
Skateboarding. We weren't that good as skaters, but we'd end up at a shopping center of some.
We were good at dumpster diving, though.
Yeah, we were. And just, dude, finding those big, long, fluorescent light bulbs, wailing on each other with them, because that's what's in supermarkets. So there'd be like a box of 15. And, man, as like a 12-year-old kid finding that shit, woo-wee.
We never really got harassed back behind the little strip mall behind the Aloha Inn and Joe's Pizza and all that stuff. There was never that went, get out of here, I'm gonna whatever. It was cool.
We were skating, so that was like very, you can't skate here, you go. All the signs were saying no skateboard.
Remember how anti-skateboarding they were in the mid '90s and early 2000s?
They hated it, dude.
It was
like
what the fuck were you guys doing?
Smoking cigs and weed.
Were you causing trouble? Were you breaking shit?
Visually, you don't look great. You got the long hair. You're hanging out with guys with long hair. You're smoking a cig. You're loitering. Yeah, you're not contributing to the shopping center.
Okay, let's talk about DraftKings, baby.
Go Birds!
Gang, we're not talking about the itty-bitty teeny-weeny bowl. We're talking about Super Bowl 59, the Birds versus the Chief. Get your bets in now. And as you know, scoring touchdowns is the key to hoisting the Vince Lombardi Trophy, and you have a shot to score big by betting them on DraftKings Sportsbook, the #1 place to bet touchdowns.
Ooh-wee.
DraftKings customers can bet $5 to get $200 in bonus bets instantly.
That ain't nothing to shake a stick at, baby. Download the DraftKings Sportsbook app and use the code AYG. That's code AYG for new customers to get $200 in bonus bets instantly, daddy-o. When you bet just $5, only on DraftKings Sportsbooks. The crown is yours. If you got a gambling problem, call 1-800-GAMBLER. In New York, call 877-8-HOPE-NY or text HOPE-NY, which is 467-369. If you're in Connecticut, help is available for problem gambling. Call 888-789-7777 or visit ccpg.org. Please play responsibly on behalf of Boot Hill Casino and Resort, Kansas. 21 plus age and eligibility varies by jurisdiction. Void in Ontario. New customers only. Bonus bets expire 168 hours after issuance. For additional terms of responsible gaming resources, see dkng.co/audio. Do it. Yeah.
Okay, let's talk about HelloFresh, baby.
HelloFresh.
Gang, with HelloFresh, you can get farm fresh, pre-portioned ingredients and seasoned recipes delivered right to your doorstep. Skip the trips to the grocery store and count on HelloFresh to make home cooking easy and affordable. That's why they're America's #1 meal kit.
Yeah, tired of figuring out what's for dinner night after night, arguing with your spouse, your husband, your wife, your whatever, your kids? Shut them up with HelloFresh. You get dinner done the easy way thanks to HelloFresh. It's easy to find time to eat well with 50 wholesome, hassle-free meals to choose from each week, delivered right to your door. HelloFresh's new read-made meals go from the fridge to your fork in just 3 minutes, baby. That's cutting out the middle, man. It's the same high-quality ingredients and restaurant-worthy flavor that you've grown to expect from HelloFresh with just none of the work. Listen, HelloFresh, easy date night with the bird, too. If you
too shabby.
Hey, HelloFresh, you come, and there's no arguing. Did you get this? Did you get that? It all shows up, bada bing, everything's done right. Beep, boop, bop, boop.
You feel like a real chef when you're cooking with
you're
HelloFresh.
you're out the door, dog. That's how they're doing it. Right now, you get up to 10 free meals and a free high-protein item for life at HelloFresh.com/garbage 10FM. One item per box with active subscription. Free meals applied as discount on first box. New subscribers only. Varies by plan. That's up to 10 free HelloFresh meals. Just go to HelloFresh.com/garbage 10FM. Do it.
I wasn't a skateboarder by no means. I don't pretend to be, but I'll tell you what, I always had respect for those kids, and it really took a long time for society to appreciate that. Like, yeah, sure, they look like dirtbags. You got a fat kid wearing fucking tuxedo pants.
With his arm in a cast.
Whatever. But, you know, like Seinfeld says,
You buy me
a lot of
seats?
trial and error. You gotta get back up.
Success by repetitive failure.
Crazy.
Which
Took a lot of heat.
Which mean you know a lot about.
So you were more of a misunderstood kid. That's what it is.
Sure. I was cruising. I was a good cruiser. I wasn't good at tricks. I could cruise with the best of them now. Also, I was a good hang guy. I had a lot of laughs. Somebody fell, you know, hey, whatever. You know what I mean? It's a good vibes guy. But all right, let's see here. This one's up for debate. And as a previous cashier, I have some input on it. What is the minimum? This is from John. What is the minimum dollar amount you're willing to save in order to jam up the checkout line so the manager can get the coupon or go check a price? Or there's gotta be a number.
A little bit of cash, no cash. Oh, okay.
Like
so,
your number, is it like, hey, this was supposed to ring up for $5, it's ringing up for $10? To me, I would say it's if it's $5, I'd go. I would make a comment of like, this was ringing up as whatever. Also depends on how long the line is. If the kid's in the weeds,
yeah,
you know what I mean? And he's got 50 people. The line's halfway down the aisle. It's like the last thing he needs is someone running back to the meat section.
So this is a hypothetical as an adult now. Like this is now.
Yeah, you're food shopping and something rings up. What is the dollar amount where you're like, buddy, that ain't right? I think about $5. I'd go, guy.
I think if
that's wrong, I'm willing to roll over, but that ain't right.
If the normal order of what we get, which we kind of get somewhat of the same shit, was like, let's say $100, and it came out and it was $400, then I would maybe say something.
$200, you're nuts.
Otherwise, it's real tough for a fat guy to start arguing balls and strikes.
You're not wrong.
You know what I mean?
My jujubes are marked up. Yeah.
I don't want somebody price checking.
I can't be fat and cheap. Yeah. You know what I mean?
I don't want someone price checking my cottage cheese or something like that.
You work at a cafeteria, sir? You got to fill the time with small talk as they're running back to check the price. Yeah. The hell do you need this many olives for?
But I respect it. But yeah, I would. I'd say $50, $100.
Listen, I think the pro move, from being on both sides of this, the pro move
in my head, I'd have to be like, what? Like, I'd have to have that react. What?
Sure. I think the pro move is pay it, whether you think it's right. And people have done this with me, and this is where I learned it. They go, all right, let's just say it's ringing up. It's supposed to be $100. The whole order comes out to $120, and you go, nah, the fucking meatballs were supposed to be 20 instead of 40.
I don't have kids. I'm not a responsible adult. I'm terrible with money. I never really think about that shit or look at that stuff.
I know, but I'm just saying, say you do. Say you're like, oh, I'm going to buy, it's one item. You're there to buy a fucking grill or something.
A grill?
I don't know, something.
I'm getting a grill at the supermarket?
Yeah.
Huh.
Shout out the seasonal section.
What am I getting?
What?
What am I getting?
I don't know, probably something
Weber?
Cheap. No, I don't think they sell Weber's there. I'm just saying, you're buying something where you're like, oh, I'll buy this here. It's $99.
Okay.
And then you get up there and it's $120. And you're like, that ain't right.
That's not tax?
No, it just rings up as $120. All
right.
It's $20 off. Why are you breaking my stones on this? What the fuck?
I want to talk to your manager.
Hey, guy's a comedian. You got a real tight imagination going here.
Why do you smell like cigarettes when you're working, by the way?
I just took my 15-minute, which I don't have to clock out for. Shh, don't say nothing.
You have Snickers bar in the curve of
no,
your
I
mouth.
don't. That's not nougat.
You must have sucked.
We're the same green
bastard.
khaki pants that were my dad's. Man, those things were broken.
If it was, I'd push you out of the way and fucking take my goods home with me.
Yeah.
What are you going to do, chase me down?
What are you going to do, run away?
I'll walk casually. I don't want the cameras going off.
Just pay it in the short term. Double back, keep the receipt, double back, go check. Was I right or wrong? Okay, this is $100. It rung up as $120. Take a picture of it on your phone or whatever.
Then you going over to the customer service.
Then you go over the customer service. You go, hey, listen, this was wrong. And they go, here you go, there you go.
I have bad memories of that customer service counter.
You're not.
My mom only went there.
You're not going. You're going there for bad news.
3 reasons my mom went
rain
there
checks.
for.
She a rain check gal?
No, but she went there for heaters. They used to sell heaters behind that customer service.
Pro tip: you could get them at the cashier. You go this and a pack of Marlboro Lights, and then they call over. I used to do that all the time. They would call over and then bring you your Marlboro Lights, which is you feel like royalty. Someone's walking over, hand delivering your heaters.
Let's take care of this in the back. Huh? What do you say? Get some champagne for you. Have you sit down. Getting heaters. Somebody was about to get screamed at, or the worst. I remember her cashing a couple of checks there.
Cashed all. I mean, when I worked there, you pick up your check. At the
she
front,
didn't work there.
You cash it right away.
She, I think, wrote a check to herself and then cashed it there. Does that make sense?
Yeah, they used to do that. I think they stopped in like the late 90s because a lot of people, flipping hangers and stuff, sending bad checks. Fucking catch me if you can out this mofo. Yeah.
Carl Hanratty.
So then I think they
her name's Patty Foley. She lives in Philadelphia.
She's an old bag. She's not some mastermind.
Let me ask you something, Patty. How did you pass the bar exam?
I studied for it. She's catching a heater on a Spirit flight back from Europe.
Fighting in some French prison.
I studied for it.
Yeah. So I've never, I don't think as an adult walked up to that.
Listen, and I get it. I'm not telling
trauma and fear.
I'm not telling you to. I'm telling the listener. If that guy, the kid he's not setting the prices. The cashier has zero. They might be able. When I was doing it, I think it was if it was under 99 cents, you could void it yourself. Anything over that, you got to have they don't have any power to do anything. So the person's got to come from the counter anyway and do it there. So just go, hey, I'm gonna get out of this kid's hair. And go up there.
And it was bleached green hair.
Sure, I did have some bleached hair at the time.
You know what I seen the other day? They're really cutting back on the self-checkout. They're starting to get rid of that. Didn't work. They don't like it.
Well, a lot of people are
stealing.
A lot of people stealing, but they know that, and they save that money on paying the worker. I don't know.
Something goes wrong, you need somebody to come over anyway. What's the fucking point?
I know, but if you're buying 2 things, what's going wrong? I'm pro. I check out while the guys sit there and watch me with empty lines.
Keep an eye on you.
No, like they're just waiting for their regular cashiers.
Some action.
Yeah, and I just walk right by them and go.
Oh, really?
Yeah, I don't.
I like to say hi and do the thing, get the bag.
If I'm buying like 2 things,
you
know what I mean? Typically Cheez-Its and a Diet Coke. I don't need this guy all up in my business. You know what I mean?
At the grocery store?
Where else am I going to buy it?
Where are you snagging a 20-ounce Pepsi?
What?
The impulse cooler in the front?
They don't carry bottles at my joint.
Yeah, they don't. You're hard-pressed to find a cold drink in a supermarket sometimes.
No.
It's just scary.
I double up on the cans. Stay real frosty. Maybe some Diet Dr. P if I'm feeling myself.
There's always something weird about the soda aisle when it's not refrigerated. It takes me a minute.
It's like going back to the 40s, dude. It's weird. Everything's darker than it should be.
Dr. Pepper's going to go bad.
What the hell's the date on this stuff?
It's in the cooler.
No, I agree with that. All right, let's see here. This one's from Benny B. Cups. Also, shockingly, a lot of our Patreons have worked at supermarkets throughout their lifetime.
Love it.
Which is like it really is like the lower class, like, stomping grounds.
You landscaped, you worked at a restaurant, you worked at a grocery store.
That's like you weren't working at a bank. You weren't,
No.
They were the easiest to get the jobs. And typically one person got the job. Hey, got all their boys' jobs.
Yeah. There was 1 or 2. We had a place like that called Folkways, which was a retirement home that I guess they must have had a huge, dining hall because everybody I knew worked there. I got shot down for some reason. The lady didn't like the cut of my jib. Everybody I know worked there as a fucking busboy.
Yeah.
And everybody got jobs.
Sure.
All the hot chicks, all the fucking, everybody worked there.
Yeah.
Folkways.
There was one of those in my neighborhood too. I never worked there because I worked at the grocery store, but my boys did, and other people. Man, they would talk about it because like girls from other schools would be there working there, and they talked about it like it was fucking hedonism. You know what I mean? Like I'm out there smoking a cig with Cheryl, and you're like, damn, Cheryl, like, yeah, we're talking. And you're
Some
like,
Catholic school broad
yeah,
from a
you're
couple
like,
towns
dude,
over.
meanwhile, I'm bagging groceries.
Might as well be Tony Catane.
Yeah, I'm like, what the hell? I got no action over here. I'm catching heaters with Cartmaster Bob like a jerk. Shout out to Cartmaster Bob, by the way.
He still lived with his mom.
He did. He did. Cartmaster Bob did live with his mom. He took the cart game way too serious. They offered him cashier a handful of times. He turned it down. He wasn't good with people, but he could talk to the carts, I tell you. He was the cart whisperer, this guy. He made his own tool, the claw. Never let me use it, which I was quite upset about. But, man, fucking with that guy was all... Not fucking with him, but just talking to him. He'd be talking to him for like 3 hours. And he would just tell you the keys, you mean. He had a claw. It was like a piece of string with like a hook that he made with like a hanger. So he could put that and run a rope to this piece of wood. So he could control, like typically you could drive like 5 carts yourself without someone steering the front.
Oh, yeah?
So, but he would hook, he had like a hook and ladder type thing he had working where he could do it himself, man. And he would tell you, I don't recommend you doing this by yourself.
That sounds like a fascinating summer you had there, buddy.
Summer. Most of high school. And he got fired. Which I think was a setup.
But I can...
I think it was an inside job. They accused him of doing some stuff there's no way Cartmaster Bob would ever have done.
It was all to get the patent on the claw. But to answer that question, Patty's my.
What question?
The one about how off does it have to be?
Sure.
Patty Foley, 15 cents should be going.
It's
to
off.
war.
I get that.
And that's, as a kid, that's who I went to the grocery store with.
It'd be weird if you're going with someone else. I used to go with Father Bill. What are you talking about?
You wanted to know what I like for breakfast in the morning. You a Wheaties man? Hank?
Yeah.
What? No, but that influences how you look at grocery stores.
100%. 100%.
Did you ever go to the grocery store with your father? Did your father ever handle that?
Yeah, He loved going to the super. Oh, he had lived by himself. I mean, he was a single parent. He had to.
A lot of pickles and canned tuna.
A lot of kosher pickles. We'd get at Perrant's Deli. He loved going to super. He didn't like stocking up. Or we were at the Super Fresh a lot. He picked me up after school at my mom's. We got to stop by Super. We're always stopping by Super Fresh to the bane of my existence. And then me and my brother would hang out in the car, end up fist fighting in the car.
Sure.
Hey, if I come back and you two are fucking fighting, I swear I'll put your head through the window. Which he did a couple of times.
That's a good time, man. A nice fight with your brother in the
Just
backseat of a
fist
car.
fighting.
In a hot car in a fucking supermarket
The worst was rainy. It was dark and rainy. You might as well been in Nam, dude.
Dampen the screams a little bit. No one's gonna hear you. I probably went
Cars just shaking from the zoom out.
Not as an adult, obviously. When my dad got older, and if I would go to the would go with them just to whatever, and mill around. But as a kid, I was maybe in the grocery store once with my father. He never went. It was always my mom.
I had never gone with my stepdad. I don't think my stepdad's ever been in a grocery store.
Sure. But then every once in a while, my dad would go by himself and show up with the craziest shit you've ever seen in your life.
I got a one-legged turkey. You're like, what the hell is
you
that?
work at a firehouse?
I know.
Where the fuck?
Sure.
My mom would be like, what is this shit?
Mm-hmm. No, I get that.
Canned sandwiches? Like, what?
They're good wet. What? It's a lot of juice.
It was real sea ration shit.
This one's from Benny B. Cups. My first job was at a local supermarket bagging groceries and retrieving shopping carts. I was 17 and briefly dated my 21-year-old coworker. How you doing? He said that. She later dumped me for a guy in the meat department, but she bought me a bottle of Malibu, so shout out to her, though. Listen.
That was the summer of his life right there.
Don't get any better than that.
17, 21-year-old.
She probably played it fast. She's working at the grocery store. She's playing it fast and loose.
Fucking the meat guy, the deli guy.
Listen, The meat and deli guys were always, and a lot of my friends worked as the meat and deli guy. Shout out to my boy Deli, we call him. Shout out to Deli. He's a meat guy. They're bad. They're at a rough point in their life.
They're like the cooks in a restaurant. Those are the bad boys.
Not the chefs. They're not the head cook. They're like, they're the cooks.
The Bourdains, the fucking.
Yes,
yeah.
They're the
guy working the fryer.
Because there was always a butcher.
Saute.
There was a butcher who was 42, and he had trained to be a butcher, and that was his job, and it was a full-time gig for him, and he had Benny's. The deli guy, because they had to be 21.
Had to have a little personality, too.
I don't know. They had to be 21 and be able to work nights. So it was like...
Hey, your parents don't give a shit about you.
Yeah, right? So it was like you had to be over 18 or 21 to work with knives or the deli slicer. So we could never do it as kids, getting jobs there. But my boy started working there probably when he was 20. And I mean, yeah, you're not in Mensa if that, you know what I mean, if you're working. And shout out to you. But those dudes were bad dudes. Those dudes were like the cops coming and questioning people and stuff like that.
I always felt like the deli guys could beat me up. I don't know
why. They were bad kid. They were bad dudes.
I go to the guys that work the deli at the grocery store we go to now. I'm fucking. They're probably 15 years younger than me. I'm yes sir and no sir.
Sure.
They look like they fucking smash your head open.
Sure.
And for some reason you liked when they like you, when they know you.
Salt of the earth people, they're giving you their approval.
I just got the one guy to be like, "Hey man, good to see you again." Good to see me again.
Hey, what time do you get off? You want a bottle of Malibu?
That's a great tale right there.
That's good. My buddy, he used to get there if he was working like a longer shift. Get there, had a crock pot, would take like the day old stuff, get a stew going, work all day. And then at night, he'd have, him and, like, the fucking seafood guys would get back there and, probably get all smoked up in a parking lot in his gallant and then go back in and chow down on, you know what I mean?
Oxtail soup.
little French dip or something they had going on. Man, they always had that white jacket on and, like, 2 pairs of pants because they're working in the cold.
Freezing.
You know what I mean? They're back there in that cold meat room.
That smell of uncooked meat, too. Oof.
You know what I don't
It's
like?
You're in a morgue.
One of the ones I go to in a burbs. Nice joint. The meat guy, he's back there. You see him in his little window, and you do that. Hey, just like waiting. You're waiting. They have a phone that you pick up, and it rings back there.
You call him?
You don't have to call. You just pick it up, and that phone rings in there. And then
what?
I feel like I'm like calling in the new codes. I'm like, buddy, I'm just looking for a couple of beef patties.
You gotta pick the phone.
Gotta lift the phone, then it rings back there, and I'm like. He's closer to me and Luke. There's just like a window between us.
Oh, that phone's disgusting.
I'm like, no, it's not like he's not.
But you have it like a wall, like a landline. You have to pick it up.
It's like that phone. It's that red phone.
That's crazy.
I know.
That seems out of time.
I know. At first, I'm like, oh, this is pretty cool. Now I'm like, I'm calling the fucking meat guy to get me 2 fucking hamburger patties. That I'm going to burn and they're not going to be good and I'm going to get in a fight with my wife?
Hi, is John home? It's Kevin.
I get 3 pounds of chuck. Yeah. Yeah, that's shout out to the meat guys. They're doing a Lord's work. Meat and deli guys. They're transients.
Your mom had 3 kids in the house, 2 boys, 2 growing boys.
Sure.
What was the usual highest amount of deli meat that you would get? It would be a pound, right? It would be a pound of turkey.
Pound of turkey.
Pound of turkey, pound of cheese, half pound of cheese.
No, cheese don't last. Pound of turkey, pound of cheese, probably a half pound of ham. And then my stepdad would get his weird smelling shits that I wasn't messing with. Stuff with eyeballs and stuff in it. Would fucking cook dude. It would cook the fridge for
I just
like
remember
2 weeks. Come home from a week down the shore, open up the fridge, and it's like smoked something in there. Yikes! The eggs were bad. It would get through the shells.
Kid, let's talk about Adam and Eve, baby.
I'm hard right now, gang.
Let's talk about getting weird, baby. Gang, let's talk about Adam and Eve. Let's talk about Valentine's Day coming up. You got to get something special slamming your butthole. That's what the holidays are all about.
Sure.
Have a little fun in the bedroom. It's 2025. You, your partner, you, whatever.
Your neighbor, anybody.
Do yourself a favor. Have a little fun. Get over to Adam and Eve. Get a little toy.
Yeah, go to adamandeve.com/garbage and pick any 4 sex toys for just $20. Listen, the good folks at Adam and Eve want you to have a good time.
Yeah,
they ain't happy unless you come. How you doing? This is absolutely the best deal they've ever offered, and you deserve the best for Valentine's Day. Listen, a lot of you's been, you got kids, you got this, you got work. Let's all that subside. Go into the bedroom, close the door, and knock a couple boots. Knock one out of the park. That's 4 toys for $20. That's something for everybody. Literally saving $175, up to $175 with this exclusive offer. Take a look at adamandeve.com/garbage to see what 4 sex toys will be yours for just $20. Go to adamandeve.com/garbage. It's the only way to get this offer. One more time, adamandeve.com/garbage. Do it.
I just remember as a kid holding a pound of turkey. How big that was.
It's a lot.
Dude, it's crazy.
In my thinner days, I would go and get a pound of the Buffalo blazing chicken and a pound of cheese and just sit in my kitchen and crush roll up. I'd eat it all in the same day. Wouldn't shit for for 4 or 5 days, but man, I was trim. Low carb Kippy, they called me. High in nitrates, though.
Living with Carl Cartman.
All right, let's see. This one's from Roy Munson. Yous ever have a parent go grab something while you're in line by yourself? Ooh, baby, that anxiety that you're going to be on the hook for everything gets cooking. Man, dude, I don't know what. They said they'd be right back. Like, they're going to send you to jail.
We have that now. That literally just happened to me in the Bird the other day. And when it's me, she'll fucking disappear for 45 minutes. I was gone 3 seconds. She's fucking popping out like she's almost done. God forbid.
Mm-hmm.
Same goddamn credit card. But then you fuck it up. You gotta go. Then you close that out. You gotta go back for
one more thing.
Oh.
I hate. It's just like we'll get it next time. If we're not eating it tonight, we'll get it next time. And I'm also nuts, OCD, high strung, whatever you want to call me. That was your opportunity. You've lost your opportunity. You didn't get everything you needed on the belt. You got to double back or you don't get it. You don't get to jam everybody up.
No, there was no, obviously on like a Saturday or something. If it's, no, of course. You got to sneak through. Sorry, I'm with
I'm with him. You ain't sneaking nowhere. Those New York City lines are tight.
But when your mom would disappear, I remember being like, is she ever coming back? Like, is this just how it is?
This one guy, Xavier, said, ever actually have to pay for the groceries while your mom went to grab another item she forgot? I was about 8 and had to tell the cashier the PIN because I was too short to type it in. That's
tough. She
tough.
leaves you with the card. That's pretty good.
I'll give you
Daddy
that.
would never do that.
That's a dirtbag, but I respect that.
Give your little kid. Don't tell anybody the code.
1, 2, 3, 4.
Fake them out. It's 4, 3, 2, 1.
1, 1, 1, 1, 1. They'll
Damn.
never get it. That checkout line, though, as a kid was like you said, it now shaped how you handle it now. They were high-strung, high-intense. I remember my mom writing the checkout, telling them that, post it, don't cash it till Friday type thing.
Man, watching my mom write out a check.
There was 7. I remember as you had to go through. I remember going through cashier training. Like I was training to be. They were training like I was training to be in the CIA. Like, what are the 7 things you need to check on a check to make sure it's? I go, what are you gonna say? I don't know. There's 7 things you have to go through though. The line, the this, different. You're like, buddy, why am I the front line against check fraud here? Can't we get a guy from the bank to come here, take a look at this with a magnifying glass?
Oh, shit about that. Okay, wow.
Yeah, they were like, you cannot accept a fucking...
I couldn't tell you if a check was real or fake now.
I worked at a lot of checks afterwards. I worked in paying a lot of people's bills, so it's like I know and like accounts would get hit for fraud, and you would see like but that's after years of like writing 50 checks a day or whatever, and like managing bank accounts. But 16, I'm living in I'm tugging my root in my fucking mom's house, and I'm like, I got a big fraud case going on down at the Acme.
Handling wire fraud.
Yeah, it's like, what are we doing? Running through the machine, it prints on the back.
I like the pen. Check the bill.
What do you mean?
The pen, you check the bill.
Check the bill.
Check the $100 bill.
Ah, the marker.
Yeah,
I never
marker.
did that. You get me, you get me. What are we doing here? I'll figure this out.
You did a...
Huh?
Live around here?
No, we would get yeah, we would get, you get people coming in with the EBT.
Roll it up and do a line with it, see if it feels right.
Nah, this is fake.
Bad luck, too.
What was, ours were, the Pennsylvania was WIC cards, was the food stamps. I think it was called Women and Children in Need or something, was WIC.
Jammed up broads.
Jammed up broads, but that didn't went to everybody. WIC, I think, ended up for everybody. It started Women,
Infants, and Children.
Women, Infants, and Children.
Oh, that's cute.
Yeah, and they would come through, and they'd be trying to buy something that wasn't fucking on it, and now I'm like, I'm too young to be telling this broad she can't get black olives or whatever, you know what I mean? Because they'd go, no, this they'd go, this should be on. I'm like, I'm sorry, but it's not.
What,
like,
there was only certain items?
Certain items are qualify for yeah, I mean, you can't just get food stamps and then just buy whatever the fuck. There's like, it's certain things. Like, I don't think prepared foods are or something like, I forget. I don't have all the rules. But not everything in the supermarket qualifies to be bought with food stamps.
Gotcha.
There's certain, I'm sure each state's different. I'm sure, like,
You'd be fucking handling that?
Well, then, because the computer, it would all be in the computer system. So I would ring up, let's say rice was, but
the order's rice,
fruit punch,
shredded cheese, fruit punch and a rotisserie chicken.
Maybe sodas weren't or something like that, because it's like, it's not like a necessity type thing. So I'm making this up. Let's say sodas weren't. I'd ring it through and they go, hey, well, you run the WIC card, and I go, all right, well, you now have a dollar balance of $14. And they're like, how? And I'm like, here's the receipt. Now I'm negotiating, like, I'm like, this is, can we get a caseworker in here to go over
I
this?
don't know what to tell you, lady.
Yeah, lady, I don't give a fuck.
All sleepy from the pizza you had for lunch.
Yeah, meanwhile, I just crusted chicken parm down at Piccolo's. Shout out to Piccolo's. That was big. Crushing heaters. Man, that 15-minute break. We'd get a half-hour break, and if you worked 8 hours, you get a half hour, and I think 2 15s or 1 15. I would take that 15 strung out over the day, though. Popping out for one. Jeez, cover me. Popping out.
Who would man your post?
What do you mean?
Because would you have to call somebody to the front?
You have to tell them, hey, can I, so say it's like.
Or you'd close your lane.
Yeah, close your lane. Or
Close your
somebody
lane?
might come tag you out. And you check out and they check in. But if you're closing for 15, maybe the manager would cover for you. But if not, they'd open someone else up.
Be a real dick about it, too.
Sure.
Yeah. All right, but hurry up.
What age did you go out for heater breaks? Like
16.
16?
Yeah.
How foreign is this to you?
I remember this. Man, I remember this is as a young kid, and it was a woman, single parent, working there with us, Debbie or something. And, man, she would sleep in her Cavalier every chance she got out in the parking lot. And we'd be like, now I get it. You're fucking jammed up. But as a 16-year-old kid, you know what I mean? I'm like, this poor bro. I'm like, go home. Call off. Go get some 8 hours. It's probably your second job. She'd come in at, like,
sure.
You know what I mean? Like, talk about fucking hustling to make it work. But I remember being like.
Dealing with your fat ass.
Yeah, me being like, can I take my break before you? You know what I mean? Like.
I got a party.
Yeah, me and my boys are like, I'll get a sixer, you get a sixer, we'll meet, Meanwhile, this broad's fucking
bum.
Keeping the lights on and the plate spinning.
Sure.
All right, this one's from Slippin' Jimmy. Y'all ever bought a lobster from that tank? Which they stopped, right, due to like PETA stuff. Like, I think it's like animal cruelty. They stopped those tanks. But that made me think that question. As a cashier, I ain't never seen nobody ever bought a lobster.
That was like adopting a teenager. Dude, those things were in there forever.
Yeah, I never knew anybody. I never saw anybody buy them.
Tanks are still around.
They're still around.
Lobster tanks at the grocery store?
Yeah.
Yeah, they are. I think I'd seen one.
I know they
recently.
I think they got rid of a lot of them, though.
The diner that near me used to have one for a long
Remember that'd be
time.
restaurants just how you go in and go, I want that.
That's
you go into
nice.
like a fucking.
A restaurant's different. That's nice. Seafood joint? That's nice. Anything like that, my dad was always shifty about. So he'd go to fucking Like a Captain Chucky's type. You go to like
Sure, you go to
seafood-
a more specialty place to get that if you were getting
Stop,
it.
you stop at the seafood store and be like, ugh, fuck.
They did that. I remember.
Belly full of candy. Go in there. That place smells like low tide.
Yeah, we would go to not Rick's American Seafood or something. It was down off Route 1 in the Street Road in the Boulevard. American Seafood.
They'd
or
be
something.
real busy around the holidays.
Yeah, get a bushel of crabs. Be eating crab in September like a fucking bozo. Getting sick and shit.
They right in the back seat, right in the back seat of a car
With a bushel
with
of
that
crab.
wooden basket next to you.
It's leaking.
Waiting for one of those guys to make a move on you. You look over, the top goes down real quick. And plotting
One's
something.
popping up. It's like Toy Story. They're all plotting behind you to
You're
escape.
the first one to get it. I didn't like that at all.
I used to judge the people on the. I used to. All right, this is like obviously like never really having money. Yeah, people come through. Somebody's rich. It was in more of an affluent town for sure, Newtown, Pennsylvania.
What, you talking about the seafood joint?
No, the Acme that I worked
Right,
at.
okay.
It was at there was a higher end clientele.
Oh, seeing how, like, my friends with parents money shopped, it was nuts.
Well, they come through and I'd be like 308, and like they would $380, and they wouldn't even bat. Here, hon, here's the card, and you're like, and I used to judge people if they did debit or credit. If they did debit, I go, whoa, you got $280 just sitting in there, yeah, just sitting in there like that. You don't need 30 days to figure this out. I go debit or
What,
credit
are you selling this?
or something, and I've stolen the line now when they ask you. But I remember one guy hit me. I go, debit or credit? He goes, it don't matter. And I went, whoo, this guy don't even friggin'
You got a
care.
helicopter outside, mister?
It don't matter. I'm like, it don't matter. Yeah, just like, whatever. Just coming through, you're just buying like cases of soda, and you're like, man, you probably got some fat ass kids I'd like to hang out with. You're gonna go home. You're gonna drop off all this food and then order pizza, probably.
It's going. Those sandwiches are going right into the garage fridge.
Just like a hot older woman, right? She's probably my age at this point.
Yeah.
Late 30s, whatever, 40,
Sure.
and just like nice clothes, good tan. She just came from the tanning salon or whatever. And just like she's got like the fucking.
She ain't a rush.
She's got like a navigator key, and the keys are always like around the finger. I'm like, yeah, hon, I got.
Smells real good.
Woo! Probably,
Not like the chip beef, chip beef cologne you're wearing.
I'm in my dad's old pants. Or like hot girls' parents would come in. Hi, Mrs. So-and-so, How you doing?
Kathy still not want to talk to me? All right. I don't know why you never come over. She thinks I'm gross.
You still see her around? Dude, also talking about how big of a dirtbag.
Hey, hold on. You're asking the mom if you still see your daughter around?
She's asking me. I gotta lie.
I thought you were asking the mom.
Ever since she started hanging out with the cool kids.
Wait, that's what you would say?
No.
Fucking dork.
Also, just as big of a dirtbag as my crew was, one of us got a job at a supermarket. We were all like, that's the best thing I've ever heard. Dude, my two boys, Justin and Justin, worked at the Acme. Then 10 feet away, there was a Gennardi's, and Pat and Flip and my boy James all worked there. So it was like, dude, we had the neighborhood on lock. We thought we were the fucking, oh my God.
I control black olives in this town.
You get what? Yeah, and we'd argue like I get $9.25 an hour, but you don't get 2 breaks.
Which
You're not in a union.
I would assume
I was a Teamster for a minute.
you're not a black olive guy, right?
I'm not an olive guy.
Huh. You get him at a nice place at the table with the little olives.
I don't touch them.
Really?
Nah,
And you weren't eating black olives out of a can as a kid?
I'm not doing that now.
I used to crush them.
Nah, that's crazy.
My dad would eat them like chips.
That's
He would
crazy.
just crack open a thing of that and put them in a bowl and just be popping them while watching TV.
All right, let's see here. This is from Taylor, $10 homie, never had one read. I strongly feel that when it comes to the cookie, cracker, and chip aisles.
Hold on. Cookie, cracker, and chip aisle.
You put yourself there?
I'm with you.
that every supermarket should have taste testers for each one instead of buying a whole box and you end up hating it. I get that with the crackers. Chips, you should know.
What do you mean?
I don't get what you don't understand.
You got your Toll House. You got your Ritz.
Yeah,
you
but
got
there's
your
like
Wheat Thins.
But
your
there's now
Triscuits.
10 different versions of each one of those.
Oh, yeah, you listen, you want to start getting into fucking garden tomato or
I'm just saying,
salsa this. You're on your own.
No, you should have a tester where you could just pull it out. You got testers for everything else, all fragrance or whatever.
Well, in
a tester box where you go, all right, just pull this.
To their credit, if they're launching one of those things, say Wheat Thins has, ranch Wheat Thins, low-fat ranch Wheat Thins, they'll have them in a little thing up front. And some broad telling you, they're over in the cookie cracker aisle.
Mm-hmm.
It's a new flavor.
I know, but I'm just saying you should. I mean, we're grown humans in a society. You should be able to walk by, pull one Triscuit, and go, nah, that's not for me. I want to do this one. You're getting cheeses and meats. What's the best goes with what? You can sample the deli meat sliced thin.
A slice.
Yeah, I'm taking a cracker. I'm not there setting up a charcuterie board. I'm just taking it.
If
I've had it before, I'm not.
What if they had
testing.
an open box there?
Nah, it's got to be some sort of regulation on it. You know what I mean? Some sort of oversight. Somebody there, an old woman there.
Just an open box.
Hey, hon, we just got these in. You might like it.
You think they're paying for that?
Who?
They're taking away to register people. They're not fucking putting greeters in there.
Hey, buddy, we don't own a grocery store that
And
we're trying
who's
to
hiring them?
That we're trying to meet ends meet. I'm saying in a fantasy land we should have that.
I think maybe Wheat Thin should.
Also, wouldn't you're worried about the payroll and the overhead expenses on this?
Sure. Keep an eye on it.
I
think Wheat Thin should supply that. They should have somebody from corporate.
I don't give a fuck
Guy
who
in a
pays
suit
for
and
it.
tie.
But that's
Somebody I trust.
That's a good idea. There's no cooking involved. And there's 1,000 friggin' things. Just go give me one of them.
Okay.
Let me pop in there.
right.
Wet my whistle a little bit. Also, you're there with the broad. You know what I mean? You haven't eaten in a while.
You got a slice of cheese in the middle of it.
I'm running back and forth between the deli and there.
This is a dumb question. You've made a cracker sandwich before, right?
What's that?
Like a cracker with cheese and a piece of meat in between two crackers? You've done this.
I love it. I love it. I love it. I would exclusively, I feel so fancy when I stand in my kitchen counter and I do that.
Jesus.
I feel fancy when I do it with peanut butter. I still do that. And I top it. Oh, you got to top it. You got to put a lid on it.
I assume this wasn't you, but as a kid, a peanut butter and jelly in between two, like, Ritz or something like that.
I would just do pure peanut butter, and I would take the gallon of milk out to the TV. I take all of the raw materials come out to the coffee table. I pull it into me real close. I set up, and I'd probably make about 5 to start. And I get excited while I'm making the 5, and I put a lid on them, each one. I'm a goddamn job. Because if you're doing just peanut butter and you don't put a lid on it, it sticks to the roof of your mouth. I need a barrier so I can get a good chew going. And then the amount of milk I crush with that. Then the peanut butter's getting on my fingers. It forms a film on the glass. There's floaters going, and I'm all over I'd never do that in front of company. I wouldn't do it in front of my wife. Dumb broad.
But if you got like a little piece of sausage, like that, like summer sausage, or like a piece of cold kielbasa, and like some fucking sharp cheddar cheese, a couple of Wheat Thins, maybe a dab of Dijon.
There's a great company like Delmonico, Del something. I could not
Wait,
be
that does the ready-made board?
Nah, that's whack shit.
Fucking rip that
I don't
thing
get
off.
to control my cheese thickness and stuff like that. I don't like that. But I don't mind it. Trust me.
Sometimes it's wild when those things don't go cracker
1-to-1.
It's nuts. I got 4 crackers left over. What the fuck am I doing with them?
Yeah, trust me. Don't get me started. I gotta tell you, don't get me started. I have a whole.
I'm
OCD.
out of pepperoni
As a guy,
like an asshole.
As a guy who loves cured meat, carbs, and has OCD, that thing's my nightmare board, dude.
They throw in some craisins in there.
They make perfectly cut little things, and it's like higher end. It feels they're just sausages or little pieces of salami or whatever, they're the size of a nickel, like a quarter maybe. Man, you crack that bag open, you govern your cheese as you like and your crackers. Ooh. Maybe top it with a piece of Hormel pepperoni. Ain't telling me nothing.
For a little spice.
Salami and Cheez-Its go great together.
Wow.
Salami?
I don't like doing that.
Wow.
I know.
One, I'm surprised you're a salami guy.
I'm surprised he's a cheesy guy.
I was a big salami and cheese kid as a sandwich growing up, and I would press it down and like
I didn't
smush
like
it.
that. I never liked that.
Roll it out.
I remember
with
seeing a
roll,
kid.
Roll it.
I remember seeing a kid's bologna sandwich, and you couldn't even see the bread in the middle. It was like it went bread bologna, and I was just like, "There's no bread. It's completely dissolved in the middle." It's crazy. I'm like, "You're just gonna eat that and like not go home and yell at your mom? That's wild."
I like that. Also was down. I respect that. Cheez-Its and salami.
All right, let's see. Let's crush through a few more here. This one's from Jenna. $10 hoagie. Is it garbage to watch your buddy huff 2 cans of whipped cream at a Stop and Shop and then immediately pass out in the aisle?
That's the guy who ain't worried about tasting crackers.
That's from abroad, by the way. That girl's name was Jenna. Listen.
You think there would be more of that?
You, as somebody who worked at a you would find empty people would whack them. You find them in the bathroom trash can and stuff. You would find them.
I'm surprised there's not like people storm into CVS, they steal stuff. People storm into a liquor store, steal liquor. That is if you're an addict, that is immediate get fucked up on the spot. Just run in there. It's going to take a couple of, as long as there's nobody stocking in there, they're putting the eggs away or something like that. If you got a clear dairy aisle, you could probably get down like 5 cans of that before someone comes in.
I don't think you're shopping in bad enough neighborhoods. Those
You
rough.
think they're locked up?
I know that we used to
They're locking up the Ready Whip?
not locked up, but listen. So you walk. We used to work at the shop right on Aramingo Avenue in Port Richmond, Kensington, whatever. It's right on the fucking line there. And that was, dude, their security in that place. People would rip they come in, they try to rip the toilets off the wall and shit and scrap them. Dude, the security in that place is like White House level security. They clock everybody coming in. They got like facial recognition. So I think in a neighborhood, if there's enough people who need to walk in and do whippets, they got eyes on you.
Okay.
They're clocking you.
All
Sure,
right.
you go to a nice suburb. You can go in there and start cooking meth in the cold and flu section if you want to. But at those dicier ones, I think they got
Fair enough.
muscle on you.
Fair enough.
This one's the same range. This is from Bogart. $10 Bird fan. Never had one rated. Ever been arrested from the grocery store you worked at for public intoxication? Buddy had left me some moonshine in the walk-in freezer and said, help yourself. Let's just say I was blacked out in an hour and was found in the back sleeping. Mind you, I was 16. Buddy was like 25.
That's fucked up. They called the cops on you. Get arrested there?
It's probably they probably called 911 to get an ambulance.
This kid's
the
fucked
cops
up.
are showing up.
Won't wake up.
You know what I mean? Cops, yeah, I get that.
That was always when shit got real. I remember a couple of kids being yanked out of high school for being drunk or fucking doing dust off or something.
Sure. One kid, I've had
Talk about killing the vibe.
Kid took 10 uppers and 10 downers to see if they'd cancel out. Never heard from him again.
Got a 1,400 on SATs that afternoon.
Could name every president forward and backward. All right, let's go. This from Screaming Cold. $10 Kohl's Cash. You've ever put food from the hot bar in a clear produce bag and weigh it as something else at the self-checkout? Buffalo wings look a lot like clementines, but for a fraction of the price.
That's fucking nasty.
That is dirtbag level. That's crazy, dude.
A hot bag of wings.
I don't think I could eat.
And that's thin plastic. That had to stretch from the heat a little bit.
He said you got to double bag. He did say you have to double bag. But, I mean, listen.
I don't use those a lot, and I get a look when I don't use them.
What?
Like, I'll just put the 3 avocados on the belt, or the 3 limes on the belt, or whatever.
My wife, to me, it's like a European thing. I think they don't use them, and I think they look at it as wasteful. Americans are like, you don't need. They feel we use too many bags. I feel we don't use enough bags. To me,
I like a good bag.
Being honest with
I like the shopping bag that you get when you leave.
Big fan of all bags.
Yeah. Not those.
So I've gotten accustomed to just throwing it in the car, and it drives me. Then you put it in the
Like
car.
you're in a sitcom. You're going to a market.
I know. You put it in the car. You take a hard left out of the parking lot. Next thing you know, all your apples all over the back seat. I'm just sitting there like a J.O.
That's a wild move with the wings.
Yeah, that's not. I mean, hey, hats off to you. Do what you got to do.
Sure.
Oh,
those aren't Spanish onions? I'm sorry.
This one's from Tom. Are you garbage if you eat lunch in the dining area of the supermarket without shopping for groceries? My local store has killer wings for cheap, and I'll go to dine in. I also respect that.
I don't hate it, man.
I've done that.
I see people. We have a little eating section next to the hot bar at the place we go to. I tell you what, it looks like, and in the afternoon on a nice sunny day, someone's just sitting down there having lunch.
Mm-hmm.
I love it. I'm like, man, I'd like to sit and join you guys.
There's
some weird toys scattered around.
Mm-hmm. In New York, with Whole Foods. You're eating you're trying to stay relatively healthy and not go get pizza.
On the cheap, too.
Relative cheap. You go hit that hot bar, and then you just pull.
But it can't be. That's too nice. Whole Foods. Nah, it's got to be a regular grocery store.
They're not nice anymore. Dude, that's like a truck stop.
Yeah?
Oh, it's homeless people are set up. It's like they're peeing in newspaper. You're fighting for your life in there sometimes. It ain't great. It ain't great.
Some guy peeing at a high top.
This one's just funny. This is from Stu. This one's from Stu Going. That's pretty good. Broke my foot in a Food Lion doing the Thriller dance in flip-flops, and some broad jumped on my back. Dude.
That's a good time. That was a summer night
I get that. You're having fun. You're a little zany. It's cool in there. It comes on because that's what they're playing. And you
hits.
You're going down that cracker aisle. Got one too many Ritz in you.
Killing it.
That's all right.